Alright, the classic. Decided to do some triple Frost Mage keys uh, with people on the Mage Discord. You can see my stats right there for a second, and I should open my character panel here after I disable a bunch of things to make sure I don't lag on the first pull. Running the classic big AoE build. So's, Leo Lu. I don't know how to say that. Oreo's running a little bit more ethical. He's running that build, but without time manipulation, without Snowstorm. So, or he might swap to Snowstorm actually. But yeah, you notice I do forget to use my trinket a decent amount, but I didn't want to orb into Blizzard there because I wasn't. I wanted my orb to travel further, so. It's definitely not the most grouped they've ever been. It's really not an ideal situation, but that's right. You can see that, we're kind of mobs aren't really moving with triple frost mage, so these are just the fun ideas you find being the mage Discord. And then you also find someone, in this case Oreo, sacrifice his key from a 24 down to this. That was really bad snowstorm usage. Ideally, I probably would have used it before I'd walked out of my rune due to the green swirly. And I can just, safely re-Icy Veins here. And I'm just going to save the snowstorm for the next pull. Part of the problem here is I don't really know where he's going to stop moving. Also, you can see now I have to kind of save my snowstorm because they're not really grouped at all. But I could have probably finagled myself a little bit to the right and hit a few more of them. And here I would have wanted to rune and then use snowstorm on the last 3 that were live. Instead, I'll just be using it to kill this person because it's not gonna last until the tree boss. I could have maybe forced it to last, but I don't know. There would have been a lot of blizzarding in single target. So. Oreo also does not take temporal warp, which is a little sad for him, and he does have a YouTube channel, which I'll hopefully remember to put in the comments. And if I don't, since I said this, someone will tell me, and then I'll put it in the comments. I do think I should be prioritizing orb over blizzard. I'm doing blizzard over orb here. I guess I could just check the APL again, but in general, yeah. Gonna let myself get hit by the burst forth and then health pot it. You can see I only hit like half of those with my kind of cold, but there I frost nova because I had like 2+ orbs out, and plus everyone else had their orbs out on, quite a lot of mobs. And here I'm just holding my orb and rune for the germinate. My rune, kind of walk out, greater invis that, so I don't die. It's like, yeah, you can see I'm just prioritizing my blizzard way too much over my orb there. But, and I was able to get like a last comet storm on, 5 or 6 of them, which is, or not comet storm, kind of cold, which is pretty good. Here, holding my rune because my icy veins is so close. This is honestly pretty bad orb, but it's alright. Just in terms of when I shot it out. Also, the fact that it's not hitting the boss anymore, so. You can see I've had my trinket up for quite a while. I just haven't used it. I moved it from my ice floats place to where it is now. And yeah, that resulted in missing quite a few usages over the key, which was not good. You can see even with the person on 22% HP, I'm still going to use my orb. Little panic blink there. You can see this is when I noticed that I didn't use my trinket. So I'm going to move it to someplace more visible, and it's not going to make me use it more, but probably a pretty poor use of Blizzard. Should just shifting power it earlier. Because, here I'm just going to overcap because I RNG to Prince Frost proc, so. Yeah, I should have used that rune. I should not canceled it, basically. And also here, this is a situation where I probably should have saved my Kona Gold because that was, pretty bad, and I could have just Blizzard, kept it up. Even just one Blizzard probably would have saved it. You can see that's probably what the other person did. That was obviously a really bad flurry because I still had 2 Fingers of Frost, so there's no reason for me to use flurry. And here I should have probably rushed my snowstorm as soon as possible because there's still 3. I think I did it after the eagle died, unfortunately. I was trying to shatter it on at least one target. And here I decide to lust, which is not going to get full value because these things start getting melted, so. Yeah, it's pretty bad lust. But that's alright. Yep. Yeah, just open with the Frostbolt Flurry Icy Veins, we get lust off, and I'm in pot. So I am pumping. I mean, I also use my center trinket, but that's absolutely horrible in single turn. Can be honest, I don't think I use my snowstorm charges, even though I should have. So yeah, I'm gonna tell him to go here because we have Icy Veins and Orb backup. I am on the negative effect of my Corrupting Rage, but that's alright. Here I decide to, hold my Shifting Power because my rune was coming off cooldown in like literally 2 seconds. This was a pretty bad rune because I will have wanted to Icy Veins here instead, but I think what I decided was I just wasn't going to Icy Veins again. So yeah, so I thought I thought the giant swirlies were gonna be the orbs spawning, but they were actually the tornadoes spawning, so I'm not gonna get rezzed. You can watch the DPS meters play out. There you go. But yeah. Yep. Here I should use my trinket, yep. A little late, but that's alright. Doesn't really matter. They're still probably gonna live the full duration. It was a little rough. I had downtime where I actually had to cast Blizzard when I shouldn't have needed to and whatnot. See, I have a thing that's aggroed on me, but it's just getting, slowed so much. So I had to block that since I didn't want to get meleeed at the same time I got dashed to, which was pretty unfortunate because that will come back to bite me later. And here I'm kind of trying to walk forward to clear with that guy, and then I just killed us both with because this guy was fucking bolstered. Did 400k, so then you can see the DPS mirrors. So I just walk back because I actually have incantation swiftness. So, but now I don't have icy veins. So should have been a rune first into like orb blizzard, but. This was probably a situation where I save icy veins, to be honest, but that's alright. My opening looked relatively weak, but that's because I opened without Rune of Power. It's a very, very strong opening. I did get most of the value of my lust out there. So anyway, nothing to talk about really here. Well, I mean, I should use my trinket, but we'll see if I use it. I just blocked the knockback because then I wouldn't drop any circles, but I was staying on top of this person, so I dropped circles anyway. Also, that was unpowered ice lance, which I noticed and then, not going to do again. During the key, that is. Here I blocked after because I wasn't sure if it was like blocking first or after that would do it. Apparently it's you gotta block first, so now we know. Don't really have anything, so health pod there. But yeah. This was a little bit of a greedy icy veins. Especially with thundering. I mean, this last like 20% was gonna die fast. And then that that orb was definitely questionable. Especially because he now wants to double pull these. He said care threat. I don't really need to because I have mirror image out, so would have been good to have my blizzard down early like that person. But yeah. So I then decided to use this Icy Veins, which also was not very smart. I kite a little bit because I wasn't sure if the tank had full aggro yet, which, I mean, obviously I can tell from my nameplates, but yeah. All right, and then we're gonna run to here. Shifting powering to get my Icy Veins back off CD. It's a 4 target pull, so I'm prioritizing Flurry first as my filler. That's again a pretty bad Flurry, but using Frost Nova to shatter my kind of cold because I don't have Ice Nova. So Probably would have been good to play some music because I didn't talk for kind of a significant portion of this run, but that's okay. You know, you got your thoughts on what's happening with the Frost Mage on screen to contend with. That's pretty unfortunate because this next thing is going to actually remove my 2 stacks, I think, soon. This power vacuum, maybe? I don't know. All I remember is something removed my stacks. I don't remember what it was. There it is. That's what it was. Maybe hit ourselves with the lust. Now we're slamming. That was always like slightly desynced for whatever reason from its actual timer. I'm gonna dodge that because I now have 2 stacks of the thing. Do an early altar just in case the thing was desynced again. And just, you know, Ice Blows walk out while flurrying, and we're good. Didn't really lose anything to movement there. This would be a good shifting power like off CD, and I think I do it now. And I just cancel it because it's not going to give me any kind of sustained value here. I really am just using it for the, you know, rune. I was doing a pretty poor job of kind of anticipating my freezing winds procs this run. You know, that's what the bar is for. So I can know that my next hit or my next global is going to be Fingers of Frost. All right, there we go. I will show the overall real fast. There you go. And I'm going to show my Frozen Orb crit rate, you know, after I look at the other people's overalls. Leo did a much better job of using Cone of Gold, so yeah. And also I missed 2 uses of Death Snare, so you can see I'm comparing the peasant way instead of hitting compare, so yeah. Important to note is I took verse, so did Oreo, and then Leo Lu took crit, so they were had like 37% crit or something, which isn't that bad in AoE, but I think verse is more valuable. So my Frozen Orb did hit for like, you know, it ticked for an average 1k more than them, but you can see it had a 66% average crit rate, which is pretty insane. All right, leave any questions down below.